Welcome to the Deep Dive. We unpack complex topics and really try to get to the core knowledge. Today, we're focusing on portable water purification. Specifically, we've got material on the LifeStraw Personal Water Filter. Our mission: cut through the noise, highlight the key details on how this, well, simple-looking tool helps ensure safe drinking water, whether you're out in the wild or just preparing for the unexpected.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is how something that seems so basic tackles such critical water safety issues. We'll get into its capabilities, the actual science behind it, which is quite rigorous, and why knowing this stuff can be, well, genuinely empowering for you. It gives you that sense of preparedness.
Okay, so let's dive in. How does this little device actually manage that? What's the core technology?
At its heart, it's using what's called microfiltration membrane technology. So
Yeah.
you can sort of picture it like a bundle of really, really fine hollow fibers, almost like tiny straws bundled together. Water gets forced through microscopic pores on the walls of these fibers, but anything larger like bacteria or parasites physically can't pass through. They get trapped.
So it's a physical barrier, not chemical.
Exactly. And it's incredibly effective. We're talking 99.999999% removal of waterborne bacteria.
Wow, that's a lot of nines.
It is, and that includes things like E. coli, salmonella, the common culprits. Plus, it gets rid of 99.999% of waterborne parasites, things like Giardia and Cryptosporidium. You definitely don't want those.
Right, so it covers the main biological threats you'd worry about in untreated water. And what about other stuff? I saw mentions of microplastics. That's a big concern these days.
Yes, absolutely. It filters out microplastics down to 1 micron in size.
1 micron. How small is that really?
Well, put it this way, a human hair is maybe 70 to 100 microns thick. So yeah, this filters particles much, much smaller than that.
Okay, that puts it in perspective. Tiny.
And it also reduces turbidity, basically, the cloudiness of the water, filtering particles down to 0.2 microns. So the water doesn't just become safe, it looks clearer too.
Makes sense. So knowing how well it filters, where does it really fit in? What are the main uses highlighted?
The source points to the obvious ones like hiking, camping, backpacking.
Sure, outdoor adventures.
Right. Also, international travel where water quality might be, questionable. And critically, for emergency preparedness.
Ah, the survival kit or bug-out bag essential.
Exactly. It's framed as a must-have item for those situations where your usual clean water source might be compromised. Peace of mind in a small package.
Okay, that all tracks. But with claims like 99.999%,
Yeah.
people might be skeptical. How do we actually know it performs like that? What about testing?
That's a really important question and often the first one people ask. Verification. The source states that LifeStraw's claims are rigorously tested. They use protocols established by the US EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, and also meet standards from NSF International and ASTM.
Okay, so recognized independent standards bodies.
Precisely. These are basically the gold standards for verifying water purifier performance. So the claims aren't just marketing, they're backed by independent lab testing according to these strict protocols. That builds a lot of trust.
Good to know. And how long does one of these things last? Is it a one-trip wonder?
Not at all. The filter itself, the microbiological purifier, is rated for an impressive 4,000 liters.
4,000 liters. That's over 1,000 gallons, right?
Exactly. 1,000 gallons, which is a lot of drinking water. Enough to last an individual for years on occasional trips or even support a small group in an emergency for quite some time.
Wow, okay, that's substantial.
And it's made with BPA-free materials, which is another point mentioned, important for health-conscious users.
Definitely a plus.
Yeah.
Now, there's something else mentioned, something about a social impact. That sounded really interesting.
Yes, this is a really compelling part of the story. It goes beyond just the product itself. There's a built-in social initiative. The source explains that for every single LifeStraw product someone buys, the company ensures that a school child in a community in need receives safe drinking water for an entire school year.
Oh, wow. So buying one directly helps someone else get access to safe water.
That's the model. It connects personal preparedness or adventure gear with a direct humanitarian outcome. It's quite unique.
That adds a whole other dimension to it. Okay, so let's wrap this up. What's the big picture here? We've seen how this relatively simple, compact filter tackles a whole range of contaminants, bacteria, parasites, even microplastics. Its performance is verified against really tough standards. It lasts a long time. And it even has this significant social give-back component.
Right. It brings together personal safety, reliable technology, and global responsibility in one device. And connecting that to the bigger picture, maybe the question for you, listener, becomes, beyond just having one in your own backpack, what possibilities open up when effective, verifiable water purification becomes this accessible. Think about communities, disaster response, global health. Especially in a world facing increasing water challenges, how could widespread access to tools like this change things? Something to think about until our next deep dive.